Yes.
Please. Good morning, everybody. As a call to order, we will begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Davis, would you please lead us today and do the honor of leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
Here.
Commissioner District 2, Tim Sheldon.
Also here.
Commissioner District 3, Terry Jeffries.
Here.
Item number 4, correspondence and organizational business.
The Trust for Public Land sent correspondence regarding the Conservation Finance Feasibility Study. Joyce Evans submitted an application for the Mason County Health and Substance Abuse Committee, and the Liquor Control Board submitted marijuana license applications for Little Creek Farm and Celestiva.
Thank you. Is there any other correspondence or organizational business going forward?
That's it.
Thank you very much. Item number 5 is our open forum for citizens' input. This is your opportunity to speak on issues that are not on the agenda. If they are on the agenda, we ask that you hold off, wait for it to come up, and give an opportunity to testify at that time. With that being said, please remember there's a 5-minute per person limit and 15 minutes maximum, so please be brief. If it's not on the agenda, we'd ask that right now you be recognized and come to the podium and tell us your name and where you're from. Is there anybody who would like to speak on the issue not on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move over to item number 6, which is the adoption of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Board of County Commissioners adopt the agenda as presented today.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded for the adoption of the agenda as presented today. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, the motion carries. Item number 7, approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the May 19th Skokomish Flood Control Zone Board meeting minutes and the April 27th briefing minutes.
And I'll second the motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve those minutes.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the May 19, 2015 Skokomish Flood Control Zone Board meeting minutes and the April 27, 2015 briefing minutes as written. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, the motion carries. Item number 8 is the approval of our action agenda. All items listed under the action agenda will be enacted with one vote unless somebody in the community or a commissioner would like to have something taken off for a separate vote. After we read it, you'll be given an opportunity to ask a question to help you decide whether to take it off for a separate vote. But if you want to testify, please make sure you take it off and we'll give you an opportunity to testify at that time. With that being said, Commissioner Sheldon, would you read item number 8.1 and 8.2? Commissioner Jeffries, would you read 8.3 and 8.4?
All right, Mr. Chairman, 8.1 begins with approval of the Veterans Assistance Fund applications for utilities, $579.71, as recommended by the Veterans Service Office. And 8.2 is approval of warrants. Claims Clearing Fund warrant 802-3806 through 802-4245 in the amount of $1,259,145,000.95. Salary Clearing Fund warrant numbers 700-1064 through 700-1091 in the amount of $438,829.10. And the Direct Deposit Fund warrant 22478 through 22864 in the amount of $626,068.57 for a total of $2,321,043.62. The claims clearing year-to-date total is $13,548,887.91. The Salary Clearing Fund year-to-date total is $6,658,515.31, and the direct deposit year-to-date total is $6,522,570.58.
Item 8.3, approval of the resolution amending the Veterans Advisory Board operating policy as recommended by the Veterans Advisory Board. 8.4, approval for the board to authorize the chair to execute the cooperative purchasing agreement between King County and Mason County allowing Mason County to use King County's competitively awarded contract for various equipment and supplies.
Thank you, Commissioners. All items being read to the public. Is there any questions at this time that somebody may have in order to help them decide whether to take it off for a separate vote? Hearing none, is there any items that the committee would like taken off for a separate vote? Commissioners, any items?
Yeah.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion, but first I'd just like to say one thing about item 8.4, that, why would King County and Mason County have a cooperative purchasing agreement? And Melissa knows that. That's about a culvert that we can get, correct?
Yeah, would you like me
Well, then,
to
if
briefly?
we're going to do tests, well, you want to pull it off.
Sure. Okay, I'll move that we pull that off. 8.4 is to give a little presentation.
Okay. So, wait a minute. So there's no second then. So I need you to change.
Okay, so I move that, or I'll move, we haven't made a motion to approve them.
Oh, I thought you were making a motion to approve already.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So you're making a motion?
I
No,
know.
it's already pulled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve items 8.1 through 8.3 on the agenda.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the action agenda items. Item number 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3. 8.4 will be removed for a separate vote. Any discussion?
Yeah, I did want to thank the Veterans Advisory Board for their work. They've been very active the last 2 years, probably more so than I've seen in many years. The changes to their policies do increase the type of things that are eligible to be purchased with indigent defense funds, and those would be your personal items, your personal necessity items, that are sundries type items, as well as state ID cards. And I've changed to the appeal policy. So these are very important changes. I suspect we'll be getting more changes in the next year, but I appreciate their efforts in making sure that our assistance fund meets the exact needs of the veterans in the community.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, the motion carries. Item number 8.4 has been removed for a separate vote. Approval for the board to authorize the chair to execute cooperative purchasing agreement between King County and Mason County, allowing Mason County to use King County's competitively awarded contract for various equipment and supplies. Melissa McFadden.
Melissa McFadden, Mason County Public Works. What this agreement will allow us to do, King County has solicited bids for materials and vendors to provide materials. They have a roster based on the bids that they received. We need to purchase a pipe that has quite a long lead time that we'd like to install this summer. In order for us to utilize the bidding process that King County already went through and to buy off their roster, we have to be have entered into a cooperative agreement. So that is what we're proposing that we do in order to get our pipe ordered and get it in the ground this summer. So it's really kind of a timing thing, but it also keeps us clean from the standpoint that they've been through the bidding process and this has all been competitive. So,
Any questions for Melissa? Commissioner?
I just wanted to bring it up because I think it's somewhat unusual. It shows that we cooperate with the counties, obviously one of the biggest county in the state and one of the smaller counties in the state. We can cooperate and get some real value. It's an unusual culvert.
right.
A Mission Creek, correct? Little Mission
Yeah,
Creek.
it's 18 feet, it'll be an 18-foot span, and it's a large culvert that'll be half full of gravel fish rock, so it'll provide fish passage under North Shore Road.
And this is one of the projects we've been waiting on a long time to finish. And
Yeah, a couple of years.
family and lady Mrs. Nelson has been after the right culvert?
Yeah, we're right now
Mrs.
trying
Nelson's
to get
culvert is
trying to
finally
get
gonna-
signatures from all the associated property owners. So if you hear from Mrs. Nelson,
Good.
we need to get buy-in from all the local residents there. So,
Good
yeah.
deal. Thank you.
Melissa, there was some effort to reduce the size of the culvert
Mhm.
due to the downstream size.
Yeah.
Were you successful in getting
Yes,
approval?
ma'am. Initially,
Congratulations.
initially Fish and Wildlife had asked us to put in a 24-foot culvert, knowing that there was an 18-foot culvert downstream. So we worked closely with them and were successful at having the the suggested size of our design reduced. So
Any further questions? Thank you, Melissa.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Board of County Commissioners approve item 8.4.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of item 8.4, approval for the board to authorize the chair to execute the cooperative purchasing agreement between King County and Mason County, allowing Mason County to use King County's competitively awarded contract for various equipment and supplies. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, the motion carries. We have no public hearings at this time, so we will go ahead and move on to item number 10 is...
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Well, you're shaving. Yeah, so.
I shaved.
So for item number 10 is other business, department heads and elected officials, and we have a new department head, but before you come up, I'd like Commissioner Jeffries to explain to everybody who you are.
Okay, so we had our longtime WSU director, Bob Simmons, leave us about over a year ago now, and have been in the search. I was part of the search team, and it was a nationwide search team for his replacement. It's an interesting arrangement in that this Justin, and our WSU extension director, is both an employee of the county as well as Washington State University, so we had to meld the two human resources processes, which was confusing to me, but that's for sure. But you did prevail throughout it. We're very excited to have Justin Smith here. Justin has experience. He works right now as a postdoctoral fellow at Austin, Texas, and he's in Cornell University, and he works in natural resources. And he has coming to us with a lot of survey experience, which I'm very excited about, and just data extraction and analysis. And we are, in our WSU extension program, going to emphasize community development, which is a new book of business for that organization, and I think Justin will do a phenomenal job of bringing forth this type of work here. And we welcome you, and please come up to the podium and introduce yourself and talk to us about what you'll be doing.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful to be here, and it's been an interesting process going through the hiring process, getting moved up here, and I'm really excited to be in Mason County, and I think there's a lot of opportunity here. This is only my second day, so I'm still in this process of getting, understanding this dual partnership between WSU and Mason County, so it is already confusing me as well. But I think that I'll be able to run through this process and get up to speed as quick as possible. I'm already in contact with various officials in the county, trying to develop partnerships so that we can start looking forward in terms of what kinds of projects that we might be able to do, what kinds of programs we might be able to institute, as well as data collection. One of the things that I'm very interested in is how we increase public engagement, how we get more people involved in this process of defining the future of Mason County, and how we get more people involved in defining the trajectory of livability here and what we want to see as being like value and the beauty of this area. One of the things that I just want to expand on what Commissioner Jeffries just said. I came from Cornell as my postdoc. I did my PhD at Washington State University in environmental natural resource sciences with a focus in agri-food systems. So a lot of my work was focused on small farms, creating food hubs, consumer-producer relationships to provide farmers markets and other alternative direct marketing opportunities to promote local food access. And so that's been some areas of my work, and the other part of my efforts have been focused on social innovation and the use of technology to promote learning and community action. So that's another aspect that I'm really interested in seeing, pursuing here. I know that we have a very vibrant PUD with the digital fiber, so there's opportunities for access, and so we'll see how that works out. And then obviously I will be committed to maintaining and building up current programs that WSU Extension already has, including the Food Sense Nutrition programs, Master Gardeners, We also have the 4-H and in particular our water quality committee there. And in fact, we have an upcoming little program for Oakland Bay Day this Saturday in conjunction with that. And it's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Bayshore Preserve. I have a little flyer I can pass out to you guys. It's with the Mason County EcoNet, and it's free, food, fun, family friendly. So it's an opportunity to come out and see the restoration process over at the Bayshore and get connected with your community. And I just want to say thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. It's awesome.
We actually expect you to show every week and give a nice little thing.
Fill up some time for you?
Yeah.
Don't listen to
Well,
that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Is there any other elected or department heads first that would like to speak? Hearing none, any elected officials that would like to speak this time? Okay. If you don't mind, before we go on to board reports and calendars, we have been known to bring up employees during this session to introduce them, and we have somebody new who's not an employee, but I'd like to have them come up to the stand and introduce themselves, and since we'll be seeing them every Tuesday. Andrew, would you mind please come up to the podium and tell them about who you are and what you do? You are being recorded, so the people in the community will know who you are also.
Yes.
Sure, appreciate that.
My name's Andrew Davis. I'm the newest county cops and courts reporter for the Mason County Journal. I come from Ohio, all the way to Washington, and it's a great state, it seems like, great community here. I'm excited to start reporting on the people that are making a difference in the community and also keeping these guys alive. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for our new reporter?
Put him on the spot.
Absolutely.
You can reach me at my email. It's andrew@masoncounty.com if you ever need to get a hold of me.
What were you doing before this?
I was a reporter at a small daily newspaper outside of Cleveland called the Medina County Gazette. And there I covered city government in Medina and the police.
Well, we honestly do want to welcome you though, and hope you enjoy your tenure in doing this, and hopefully we don't give you too much fodder to use. But thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being a good
Do you have any
sport
card?
coming
Do
up, too.
you have any card?
Yes, I do. I can get you.
With that being said, we'll move on to item to the board reports and calendars. Who would like to go first?
Well, I'll go first, but I
See you and Tim Sheldon.
first wanted to say welcome to Ron Berg. Prior to you arriving, we did pass our operating policies, and I want to thank you very much for all the work we put together on this. It's okay. It's okay. It was a fast start. So, following last week's meeting, which was an evening meeting, was our Memorial Hall committee meeting in the morning of the 27th, and then I met with the controller of Sims Vibration Laboratories and heard a pretty very interesting story of how they were hit hard and then came out of the recession and are still on the recovery phase. And I think there's some things that could be done to help them even more. Then we had an extended meeting of Mason Matters to continue strategic planning for the future of that organization. Lewis Mason Thurston Area Agency on Aging meeting, and then I attended the Washington Research Council's annual dinner and heard an interesting talk from somebody who is an economist, who is writing an open source sort of program that if you're contemplating tax changes, what would be the impacts? And the idea being that it's either good or bad depending on what organization is looking at it and if they're Republican or Democrat. And so if you had an open source one, then maybe it would get rid of some of the arguments. And then had attended the Economic Development Council breakfast. Commissioner Sheldon did report there regarding where they were at the legislative session. And then attended the many Forest Festival activities over the weekend. Had briefings yesterday and a joint meeting with the Port of Shelton and the City of Shelton. This afternoon I'll be meeting with Skokomish Tribe Natural Resource Director about water quality programs they're doing, and I'll be meeting with Representative Dan Griffey on some issues that the county would need some help, legislative help with. We have a meeting of the Oakland Bay Clean Water District on Wednesday, and then I'll be meeting with Justin, our new WSU director, and then I'll be attending the Parks Advisory Board in the evening. And I have on my calendar there's a septic workshop on Thursday. I'm going to double check that, but I haven't attended one of those just to see what type of information is passed on. Friday is the semi-annual meeting of the Skokomish Watershed Action Team. And then this weekend is the Skokomish Grange fundraiser. Back here on Monday for briefings.
Commissioner?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. After our last meeting, that was Tuesday night, the 26th, I was over in Olympia for a couple of days. We had 2 days of big fun at the end of last special session, and kicked off our new special session, my 27th special session. So, had a chance to speak to the Economic Development Council membership on Friday morning. That was the 29th, and also attended the Colonial House breakfast sponsored by Green Diamond here in Shelton for Forest Festival, which was very well done. I thought the parade was great. Lots of people. Seemed to be more people even than last year. It was a little iffy with the weather, but it started to clear up, and it was a nice weekend. That went up to the car show on Sunday, and I understand there was 425 vintage cars in the show, so that was really good. I think there might be a great opportunity for other vendors to be up there, because there's lots of people. I think more people showed up than anyone thought. We had our briefings yesterday morning, and then a joint meeting with the Port of Shelton, the city commissioners as well, and the county commissioners. Talked about the harbor line and how it intersects the docks that the Port of Shelton has, the boathouses. So I think we've come to a solution of that issue. We had a chance actually to talk about a couple other things that might be interesting for all three commissions, and we did set, I don't think we set the time, but set an intent to meet in a couple months again. So it looks like our Port County City meetings are off to another start. We were meeting quarterly for quite a while, so this is a good thing to get together. Let's see, today we'll have some briefing. We'll have a finance committee meeting at 11 o'clock, just after this meeting, with our treasurer, auditor, and the chairman, who are the three members, but the others, certainly commissioners, attend those meetings. Let's see, got some other things down here for our upcoming meeting. Tonight, excuse me, I've got a Shelton Lions commitment to speak to them at 6:30 at the Alpine Way Apartments up by the hospital, and I've got a Public Power Council meeting Wednesday and Thursday, and then the Skokomish Grange meeting with the Skokomish Watershed Action Team. I'll be at that. That starts at 9. I think it runs till 2:30 as well. And I think that's it. Then we'll be back for briefings on Monday, the 8th. And I think there's some interviews in the afternoon. I'm not sure, for civil service applicants. I'm not sure I could be there. I think we will be in Olympia probably Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and hopefully wrap up this session of the legislature.
Okay, I apologize. Some of my stuff is disappearing on my phone. It's just some glitch that's on. They're trying to figure it out. Even my briefings are disappearing, and so some of this I have to go by memory instead of what it says. And I'm glad everybody's doing theirs first, because they actually told me a few things I have to do that I know are not in here right now. All right, I met with different groups of constituents. This was a week of people teaming up. We had issues on the roads, the sewer, and you've heard me report to you guys about the different people coming in for multifamily. There's another one that I didn't even know about is going through for a rezone to put multifamily in. Right there as you come in from the south to north past Bob's General Store. They are already in the process of rezoning. The paperwork has been sent out for the purpose of multifamily housing, so that's another one I didn't even have on the radar.
We're in the process of seeking rezone.
Yes, in order to do it.
Who owns the property?
I don't know the last name of the person. Let's see. I had a meeting with Pierce County Water Quality Director, Alliance of Healthy South Sound Executive Board meeting, and then a separate meeting with the Alliance of Healthy South Sound Executive Director. I had a meeting with a school board member from the North Mason School District. We had a Health of Puget Sound workshop, a full day event. I met with some of Derek Kilmer's staff. Then we had different conversations with senators and representatives from our region in regards to the transportation package. I took them a lot this last weekend on that. We have people that are getting together. We're trying to put together a new entrepreneur program that we did in the North Mason region before, where we get some training for these people. They went on to actually start businesses, and with everything going on with the Johns Prairie, or not Johns Prairie, with the Simpson issues and the OPP issues, it's a good time to maybe extend that up here as well. We have a joint meeting with the city and the port. As you heard, we had our regular briefings. I had a left board meeting again this morning. Next week, or after this meeting, we have a finance committee meeting, then we have the Simpson planning meeting. I have a regulatory subcommittee meeting. A special farmers market gathering that's being put together to decide ways of marketing that and bringing that forward. There's a meeting at the Port of Bremerton in regards to economic development and wetlands. We have you attended and was trained in CERT, the Citizen Emergency Response Team, as was I. They're having mock-up earthquake and stuff like that. And so I will be attending that as one of the people working with that. We lost another great person from our community. I don't know, you know Lee Boat, remember Lee Boat? Well, of course you do, he guards you now. Lee Boat's mother passed away. I lived on...
Maybe Ken Bo's mom?
Lee, Ken, yeah, Ken Boat's mom, yeah, you're correct. Ken and Butch and stuff like that. She passed away. When I first came here, she's one of the first people I ever met, and the road I lived on was named after her, after her family. And so she will be missed. I'll be attending that funeral. We have our briefings. We have Peggy Van Buskirk is being recognized, and I will be at the school district in case I knew you were going to be there. She'll be recognized as a graduate of distinction, which is a pretty spectacular.
Congratulations, Peggy.
Yeah. And right now, that's all I can remember. So with that being said, is there any other business to come before this body? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
And I'll second.
We're adjourned. Thank you.